Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hurricane HQ, and today we are going to be going over how to use windy.com in 2021. In this video, we're going to be showing you many of the different parameters, weather models, and general features that you should know about in windy.com. And before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell if you like weather website tutorials and weather videos. So let's first start off with the main page of windy.com. All you have to do is type windy.com in your search bar. Also, the link is in the description if you want to check out that website. And in this video, we are using the free version, so we're not using premium. Don't worry about getting premium. So right here is our standard view. This is basically what you start out with when you open windy.com. Now, as you can see at the top, you have a search bar for searching locations. The bottom here, you have weather models, a key here, and a whole bunch of other parameters on the right. On the bottom, you have a bar here, a forecast bar, so you can see when the forecast is for, and you can also adjust it up to 10 days out. And in the very top right corner, there's also the zoom in and zoom out button. So right now, we're just going to take a look at the weather models. This is the first thing we're going to take a look at. So here at the bottom right corner of windy.com, you can see we have the ECMWF, GFS, NAM, and ICON models. Now, the ECMWF is the European model. The GFS is the US model. The NAM is also a US model. And the ICON is a global model. And the ECMWF, GFS, and ICON are the only global weather models on Windy. So you can go from GFS and ICON to Euro, and you'll be able to see all these parameters anywhere in the world. The NAM model is only for the United States, as you can see here, and has a bit of a smaller time scale, so you can only go a few days out. If we actually head over to Europe, you can see we also have a few other models that are popping up. We have the ICON EU for Europe only, and the NEMS. These two models are only available in Europe, and you can only get them if you are viewing the European area. I'm not 100% sure if there are any other models that I'm not aware of at the moment. Around the world, but I believe those are the only models available. So now if we take a look at the very top right corner, you can see we have our zoom in, zoom out control, and we have all these parameters. So right now we're going to go over all these different parameters. So first we should start out on the general wind speed, and it kind of makes sense that it's wind speeds as windy.com. And you can see just under wind is wind gusts. So you can go from wind speeds to wind gusts quite quickly, and you can view in. You can take a look at this little pressure system in the Atlantic here. You can see 61 mile per hour. Or wind gusts in Texas, 33 mile per hour. So main thing that I use it for is actually wind speeds. But if we actually push on this rain and thunder tab here, you can see it does bring up a map here, which is showing the thunderstorms, rainfall, and where the lightning is located. Right now, you can see 2 inches per hour in this thunderstorm here in Texas. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool feature. If you move down to rain accumulation, this is where it shows you the rain and how much will fall in the next 12 hours to the next 10 days. You can see around Houston and Texas, you're going to be getting up to 6 inches of rain. There's also snow parameters, so if we actually head over to the northern U.S. and Canada, you could see new snow that's going to fall in the next 12 hours or 10 days. And there's also snow depth, so you could see how deep the snowfall or the snow is at the moment or in the future. You could see some areas are over 5 meters, which is definitely pretty high. There's also precipitation type. This shows you where it's raining, where it's snowing, where there's a rain-snow mix, etc. And right down here is all that. Then there's a thunderstorm tab. And this thunderstorm tab basically shows you where the current thunderstorms are happening. You can see in Texas here, there are a few thunderstorms. Now if we move on to temperature, I'm sure everyone knows the temperature is here. But you can see the temperature around the US or the world, depending on what model you're using. You can see negatives in parts of Greenland, so pretty cold up there. Humidity, I'm sure everyone knows what this is. You can see what the humidity is around the world. Freezing altitude is the altitude of where there's freezing temperatures, I believe. Yeah. So you can see it is much lower, 0 feet in parts of Canada. If we head to clouds, I'm sure everyone knows what clouds is. This shows all the current and future cloud cover, along with rainfall overlaying over it. So you can see these white colors here is rainfall. If we take a look at low clouds, it basically shows low clouds. Pretty self-explanatory. Same with fog. Again, pretty self-explanatory. Cloud tops. This shows you how high the clouds are, or at least the tops of the clouds. So you can see 38,000 feet. Cloud base. This shows how low the clouds are. Visibility shows how far you can see. And CAPE is the instability in the atmosphere. If you actually watch my channel, you would know. We usually take a look at CAPE every day when forecasting severe weather. It's really cool that Windy does have that as an option. And Windy is also pretty good for marine forecasting. So you have your waves, your swell forecasts, your sea surface temperatures here. So this is especially good in forecasting tropical cyclones. Right now there's actually one in near India. Pretty warm waters over here. 87 degrees Fahrenheit, so pretty warm temperatures. You can even see the way the water is flowing. Even the Gulf Stream appears on this, so definitely a pretty cool map, especially for forecasting hurricanes. Air quality, I'm not going to go over all of this stuff, but there is air quality parameters. There's pressure parameters. You can see how high the pressure is. You can see the orange is above average and the blues are below average. Usually when the pressure is above average, there is no severe weather or rainfall. Extreme forecast, you can view wind speeds, temperature, rainfall over the next few days. And this basically is saying the chances of some strong winds, like over the Atlantic, 97%. The Northeast, pretty low. And then we have the general weather warnings. You could see all the warnings by the National Weather Service and other things like around the world. So you could see in Russia or anywhere in Europe, there are also those weather warnings appearing. So great place for international weather warnings. And outdoor map, this is a very useful map, especially when storm chasing, as when you zoom in, you can really view a lot of roads. It comes down to neighborhoods and back roads. This is a very good map. This is actually by Windy Maps, and it's actually really good that they actually have this. It's especially good for storm chasing, so you can use this as a storm chasing map. It's really great for that kind of reason, that kind of stuff. Also, if anyone is wondering how you can add more of these parameters, or because there is a lot more that is less important, you can get that just by pushing this arrow on the side here and scrolling down. There's a whole list of all these things you can add onto the list. I have most of them. Also, there is under this area there is a box that says display ionals, whatever. And you can actually display your pressure ionals. So you can see, and this is over any map. So if you actually come out here, you can take a look at the temperature, the wind speeds, and you'll have those pressure ionals right over. So you can see the pressure in some of these regions. You can see over the Northeast, pretty high a lot of lighter winds in those areas, and it's really very useful, those pressure ionals. You can also have temperature ionals and a lot of stuff like that. So definitely recommend you check out the ionals. Now, if anyone is wondering what expert mode is, it doesn't exactly change windy at all. All it does is puts all these out like this. It makes it kind of a mess, to be honest. If you have all these like me equipped, it's a mess. Because right now you can see if you click on rain and thunder, it opens a drop down menu of additional parameters. Expert mode just opens all of them up at once. So I guess if you have a short list, it's pretty useful, but at the moment it isn't. So now we're actually going to take a look at radar and satellite tab, and satellite is actually a very useful feature on Windy as it is global satellite. You can actually go take a look at the tropical cyclone currently impacting India here. Pretty strong tropical cyclone too. And you could just loop. You can loop the images up to 12 hours in the past. And you can get really cool infrared imagery and stuff. Let's actually try and load a 12-hour image. It does take a little while to load the images, but it's a really useful feature in Windy. It's really good for tropical cyclone forecasting. If you want to be forecasting some tropical cyclones, this is literally what you need, because you can literally take a look at satellite all around the globe. It actually looks pretty good too. It's not, it's like very smooth, the entire transition of the frames. So definitely recommend you check out Windy's radar or satellite. And you can see if we actually stop this, they even have a blue layer that looks a little bit more like real life, although this is simulated. And our visible satellite, this is what it looks like. I believe it is night at the current location here. Yeah, it is night, so you can't really see it that well, but that is what this tropical cyclone looks like right now. And I believe infrared is the most useful and the best looking parameter. But yeah, it's a really cool feature for when tracking tropical cyclones. Also, if we actually jump back to winds real quick, you can even take a look at those wind speeds and wind gusts within the tropical cyclone. So definitely recommend windy.com for tracking tropical cyclones. Now we're going to head over to one of the coolest features on Windy, aside from satellite, is weather radar. And this weather radar is pretty good. It is smooth. So if you are a weather enthusiast and you like raw weather radar data, like me, then you're most likely not going to be using Windy radar that much. I don't really use Windy radar that much unless I want to put it on a stream or something, but usually if I'm looking at thunderstorms myself, I'll use radar scope or something like that. But a good feature about Windy's radar is you can loop it up to 12 hours. And look at how smooth the radar looks. I know it's smooth, just the radar in general, but the transition of the loops is very smooth if you actually like that kind of stuff. And you can actually see lightning strikes on here, which is really good as it's like updates all these lightning strikes. So just say you're looking at lightning strikes, you can see lightning data appear on Windy maps, and that is usually what I use it for. Yes, you can view lightning data on radar scope if you have Pro Tier 1 and stuff like that, but to be honest, like Windy's lightning data, it's pretty quick, and you can use it pretty well. It's actually really good for a free website. This is like my main thing I like about Windy is these lightning strikes. Now the radar, I'm not a big fan of the actual imagery. It's not good enough for a true weather enthusiast, but if you're just tracking severe weather, I totally recommend this weather radar. It's pretty good. It doesn't show all the detail, but it shows you where the heavy rain is located, and that's usually what most people need. If anyone does want to actually take a look at some severe weather radar that's a little bit more high quality, I actually recommend you check out our website. Our website is thehurricanehq.org, and we actually have a weather radar software, weather radar inside of our website. It's interactive. It's pretty high quality. Obviously not as good as radar scope or anything, but it's pretty good, and I believe everyone will like to use it. It also has weather warnings and stuff. It has a lot of features that Windy has. But yeah, and if anyone's wondering what these are down here, so let's just do forecasted weather. You can actually see here, this show, or what am I doing? Yeah, forecasted weather, so you could see, just say you're looking at this town here, you could see the winds are moving in this direction at 8 miles per hour. Basically what the radar is showing, or the model is showing here. And you can actually look at wind speeds. These are actually reported winds from weather stations, which is actually a really cool feature they have. You can take a look at weather station data right on Windy. I'm still trying to get my weather station on Windy, but I'm not sure how you do that. It's a lot easier to connect it to Weather Underground. But as you can see, we have a lot of weather stations that report weather data, and it's a really cool thing to overlay over Windy. There's even airports you can put over here. You could take a look at the delays and stuff. So there's a lot of really cool things you can add. There's even weather webcams. So it's not exactly fully live, but you could take a look at loops of what's happening there. And it's a pretty cool look of those weather cams. It's good that they have them and they're updating. So, yeah. They also have air quality stations. So you can take a look at reported air quality. So, definitely recommend you try out more of these layers and stuff. Pretty cool things like that. There's even a lot of surfing and kiting and stuff like that. Even active fires, actually. You can equip that. And you can take a look at the active wildfires and stuff like that. And what's good is you can also quickly turn off and on the pressure ionals. And even the particle animation here. So you can see these little lines. You could easily turn that off if you are not a big fan of that. Also, if anyone is wondering what this bar here on the right is, this bar actually allows you to change the height of the forecast. So just say you want to take a look at a higher elevation, maybe 100 meters. You could literally go up to probably 150 HPA. And you could take a look at even the way the jet stream is moving here. Sometimes you can see the jet stream. And you can really take a look at these upper level wind speeds and even temperatures. You can see these temperatures are literally negative 59. Real cold temperatures. Negative 70s, negative 80s. So I don't know if these temperatures in the upper levels are really useful, but I mean, to a lot of maybe aircraft enthusiasts and stuff, it's also a pretty cool feature for those forecasts for higher elevations and stuff. So yeah, definitely recommend you check out windy.com. If anyone does have any further questions, because there's stuff I didn't cover, I would recommend you put those in the chat, the comment section below, and I'll answer them as soon as possible. I usually answer them within the hour. But yeah, one more thing I would like to go over before we end this video is on the left here. You can see there's 3 bars here. If you push that, you can actually take a look. There's Windy Premium. Now, I don't have Windy Premium, and I don't plan to get it, as to me, it's not as important. But if you get Windy Premium, you can get high resolution 1-hour forecasts, precise data. It's not really that precise. Premium network, yeah, a lot of this stuff is most likely not even worth it. I mean, I use it for my live streams and stuff, so I don't know. I don't really need Windy Premium. I don't really recommend you get Windy Premium either. It's weird that it says no advertisements, as there is no advertisement, but yeah, I guess that's it. If you're looking for 1 hour forecasts rather than 3 hour forecasts, I mean, I guess maybe Windy Premium is for you, but I wouldn't really recommend Windy Premium. I think for the price of $20 a year, I would get Radar Scope Pro Tier 1. Now, what's actually in also under Windy Premium, there's Weather News tab. You can just take a look at some of those things. A lot of windy announcement things are on there too. There's actually a hurricane tracker. You could actually take a look at the current tropical cyclones and their forecast paths and stuff like that. Pretty cool feature there. There is Find My Location, Distance and Planning. There's even an embed widget on your website, so you can embed Windy onto your website, which is pretty cool. You can make a animated video or GIF. And there's even Windy plugins, and if you're wondering what Windy plugins are, you can actually get really cool looking things. And I'm not, what am I saying? Really cool things are right here, so you could see. You could take a look at soundings, skew T diagrams. These are really good, especially if you are maybe if you like weather balloon flying or maybe aircraft and stuff. You can use this. You can take a look at soundings. These are actually even more useful. I actually use this sounding. I actually use this feature a lot because it has a much better sounding than the standard Windy one, which you can do with a left click, and you can push sounding here. And you can actually see better sounding. But yeah, this is a pretty cool plugin. It's really useful, especially if you're a weather enthusiast. I think Windy plugins, really useful. Even if you're just a normal person who isn't that into weather, but you want to track weather still. COVID-19, pretty cool. Day and night, it's alright, I would say. Flight planner, all this kind of stuff, it's useful. I usually don't use most of it, but, you know, definitely recommend you try out some of those plugins and stuff. Pretty cool, some of those things. And if anyone is wondering about settings and stuff like that, you can see there's a lot of different settings you can do. Smooth satellite animation. There's a lot of things you can change and do. You can even change the intensity of those moving particles. So yeah, definitely recommend you check out windy.com. I'm not trying to promote Windy Premium. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying you shouldn't get it. It's not worth it. Spend your money on Radar Scope or something if you're a weather enthusiast. But yeah, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope everyone found this one useful. If anyone doesn't have any further questions, as I was saying, again, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'll respond pretty quickly. And if you actually want to ask any larger questions or anything like that, you can also email me at hurricanehqweather@gmail.com or Instagram message me, anything below. Yeah, all the links for everything is down below in the description, and the comment section is below also. So yeah, definitely recommend you comments, any questions below, and also feel free to subscribe to our channel if you like these kind of videos, and also feel free to join our Discord server. That link is also in the description below. And yeah, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.